Welcome to part 2 of price reductions. You know, knowledge equals confidence, and confidence equals power. And you're going to see how powerful Ron Wexler is as he gets a price reduction with Tony DeCello as the seller.
Hello?
Hello, Tony.
Yes.
Hey, it's Ron Wexler over at Keller Williams. How you doing?
Great. How are you, Ron?
Doing great. You know, Tony, I was calling, to be honest, I was calling because I owe you an apology.
For what?
Well, you know, Tony, when I listed your home, do you remember I told you we should list your home at $299?
Right.
Right. And we listed at $325 anyways?
Right.
And now we're sitting here 30 days later and we still haven't sold it.
Right.
Yeah. You know what, Tony? It's time for us to get your home down to $299 so we can get the job done.
Well, I'm not ready to go to $299 yet. I want to stay a little bit longer.
Okay. You want to leave the price where it's at a little bit longer?
Yeah. We've had some showings, and I'm just thinking as we're getting closer to spring, and maybe we'll get a better buyer soon.
Okay. Well, do you remember when I told you, Tony, that if we didn't sell within the first 15 days or the first 7 showings that it was going to be the price that would keep it from happening?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I was going over the records, and we've had 11 showings.
Oh.
You know what's worse, Tony? 6 of those people bought other homes in your same neighborhood.
Wow.
Yeah. So what do you think we did? I kind of get the feeling we just helped them sell their homes. What do you think?
Well, maybe we should do some more advertising, Ron. If we had more marketing, maybe that would help us get it sold.
Well, I would agree if we didn't have any showings at all, but Tony, 11 showings.
Wow.
Yeah. What do you think would have happened if we ran a bunch of ads? We would have just had the same 11 showings anyways. That's quite a few, don't you think?
Well, but we didn't sell it.
Well, I understand, and I'm with you. I mean, the idea is to get the job done, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And getting absolute top dollar is real important, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. Well, my fear, Tony, is, everybody lists their homes when we get past Easter.
Okay.
Okay. So now we've already been on market 30 days. So when these new ones that we're going to be competing with come on the market, Tony, they're going to only be on the market a week, a few days. We're going to have been sitting here for 35 to 40 days already. Don't you think buyers are going to think there's something wrong with your home?
Yeah, but Ron, I'm really concerned. Are you really doing the job? Or, we've even thought maybe since we didn't get it sold that we should be maybe just trying another realtor, or going to someone different.
Okay, well, that's an interesting way to go. So if you tried another agent, what would you do?
Well, we'd go back to $325 because maybe they could get us $325.
Okay. But Tony, do you really think that with 11 showings, no offers, and 6 of those people buying a different home, that had anything to do with the marketing at all? In fact, don't you think that it was pretty good that I got 11 people through the door with the marketing that I did?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
So going with another weaker agent who's probably only going to generate a few showings at a price that even I couldn't get for you, how's that going to work?
Well, I guess that makes sense. It probably is not going to work.
No, it isn't. I'm really concerned. Can I tell you why?
Why?
When we first started working together, Tony, what did you tell me? You said you have to be in Ohio in 60 days.
Yes.
Okay, it's only 30 days from now.
Wow.
Yeah. So let's do it. Why don't we, in fact, do you have access to a fax machine right now?
Yes, I do.
All right, great. I'm going to fax you over a change form. All I need you to do is sign it and send it right back, and I'll do my best to get your home sold in the next 7 days, okay?
Okay.
All right, great.
You can never have too many scripts to get those much needed price reductions. After all, sometimes you have to get 2 or 3 price reductions depending which way your market is going. And if it's going down, time and time again, you're going to have to talk to the seller. So I'm going to take a turn as well and give you one more script on price reductions. Okay, I'm going to get a price reduction. It's mine. He's going to do exactly what I asked him to do. It's going to be terrific. It's going to be a great call.
Hello?
Hello, Tony. This is Dianna Kokoszka over at Keller Williams.
Hi, Dianna.
Great. Do you have just a moment?
Yep.
Terrific. Well, every week I call you about what's happening in the marketplace. And
Yes.
This week is no different.
Okay.
Wanted to kind of bring you up to speed.
Okay.
We've been on the market for 30 days.
Yep.
And as you know, we haven't had many showings, have we?
Nope.
Well, I'll tell you, we've been doing a lot. And the National Association of Realtors states that 10 showings and no offers means that we're priced too high. And 2 weeks, no showings, means we're also priced too high.
Okay.
So with us having no showings in the last 2 weeks, I guess the statistics are saying we're just priced too high, Tony. So I'm going to recommend today that we come down from $325 to $299.9.
Wow. Diana, why don't we just do some more marketing?
Well, you know, we could do that, and we'd just be telling more people it's overpriced. May I explain?
Okay.
Well, let's say that, well, Tony, have you ever bought milk at the grocery store?
Yes.
Yeah, we all have. And let's say that milk at Safeway was $3.25 a gallon.
Okay.
At King Soopers, it was $10.50 a gallon. Where are you going to buy your milk?
Safeway.
Safeway, absolutely, because it's all about price. But what if King Soopers said, hey, we'll put a dancing bear on the corner, and we'll have a sign in his hand, and he'll be dancing around, and it says milk, $10.50. Then where would you go?
I'd still go to Safeway.
Still go to Safeway. But what if King Soopers put paratroopers in the sky, and they all came down, and they had those big lights coming down on them, and they had on their parachutes, as well as signs in their hands that said milk, $10.50 a gallon. Then where are you going to buy it?
Still going to go back to $3.29.
Okay. So basically, Tony, what you're telling me is it doesn't matter how much you market, it's still all about price.
So Diana, do you think we should maybe do some more open houses or do some open houses?
Well, but that's more marketing, isn't it? That's kind of like the dancing bear and the paratroopers.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You know, Tony, I really care about you, and I care about your family. You told me that you wanted to get to Chicago, and you wanted to get there within 60 days. We already have 30 days, and it's going to take 30 days to get the home closed. So we're actually at 60 days now, and I really want to do what you said you wanted to have done, and that's to get the home sold, and that's what you want, right?
Yes.
Well, we already know that marketing doesn't work. It's all about price, Tony. So let's bring it to $299.9 and get your home sold for you so you and your family can do what you need to do.
So Diana, what about just maybe somewhere in between, like $310 or $312?
Well, we could do the $310 or $312, and it does sound really good to do that. It's just that buyers buy in certain brackets.
Okay.
And if we leave it at $312, $315, anywhere in there, we're still in the same price range as the same buyer.
Okay.
So in order to find new buyers and to get your home sold, we need to bring it under that $300,000 mark, which is $299.9. Doesn't that sound great?
No, it doesn't sound great, but it sounds like something we might have to do.
Yeah, that's right. And so what I'd like for us to do is, Tony, I'll send over the paperwork. We can get it signed up at $299.9. We can get it sold. In fact, we may even have people that we call back that have looked at your home that never wanted to make an offer actually get excited, because we have put it at $299.9. And if you'll reduce the price, I then promise you that I will call each and every person that has shown your home to make certain that they know that it is a great value and they need to buy it now. Doesn't that sound terrific?
Yep, it does.
Good. Well then, let's get it signed up at $299.9 and get you on the market as a brand new listing and ready to go, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Terrific. I'll send over the paperwork.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Sometimes when a seller gets upset about reducing his price, the agent actually starts to debate with the seller. Don't debate. Don't even get involved. It's not your home. It's not your market. And it's definitely up to you to help that seller get what he wants, and that's to get his home sold. So you deserve to get a price reduction to help him. So help him out and do your job. Now, Ron went to motivation. Ron always goes to motivation to close because it's such a great way to get them to realize in order to move forward, certain decisions have to be made. And he also apologized for taking the listing at $325 and then went for that price reduction to $299.9. He handled the marketing and set himself apart as an agent. I went mostly into marketing. After all, by using a story or something that they do each and every day, get them to absolutely know that it's all about price with the story, and then bring that back and relate it back to real estate. After all, it's all about price. It starts and it ends with price. What a super job they did on price reductions. After all, over the phone, not even taking the time to go to the seller's home, but getting that price reduced so the home can sell. Now, I know that you all learned something from each other, so let's go down the line. And Dave, start with you.
Thanks, Diana. You know, I think it's really important to understand that the sellers didn't list their home with you as a hobby. They have a reason they want to get it sold, so constantly refer back to their motivation.
Good point. And Doris,
Yes, I think that's a good point as well, and also to know your market. So it's important to know what other homes are selling for so that you can constantly be reminding them what has sold while they're still on the market, and compare that to them to guide them along.
Great.
Right. What I got out of it is that we all had a very different approach, and that every single real estate agent doesn't have to say or do the same thing to get great results. You should learn what works for you, and you should practice and rehearse it and internalize it, and then practice it on the clients and see how it goes.
Good point. And it's interesting because you all had scripts and dialogues that you had perfected for yourself, correct?
Absolutely.
Great. And Tony?
Well, Diana, one of the things I learned was being on the receiving end was they were persistent. They didn't give up. They stayed with it until they got the price change they needed. So be persistent no matter how uncomfortable it may feel. Be persistent, be powerful, and don't give up.
That's a great point. Be persistent, be powerful, and don't give up. Thank you for joining us for part 2 of price reductions and how to handle the objections that the sellers may give you. Be certain to watch KW Connect for all of the important scripts and dialogues and handling objections that are upcoming. Also, be talking to your coach about the price reductions that you need to get to make more money and help those sellers get what they want.